What's going on, guys? Lumberjack back here again with another video for you. Today I got Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I figured I would do this new video. It's just a top 7 video to show you who I enjoyed throughout the whole entire series and whoever they had on Xenoverse 2. I do have some of my mentors set for this, so if your playstyle is a little bit different than mine, you might want to tweak them if you have them as your mentors and you have them as a mentor setup. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it, and let's go ahead and get in there. Android 17 is my number 7 on this list because he was my favorite character in the Android Saga arc of the original Dragon Ball Z anime and manga. I feel as though he didn't really do a whole lot. I think 16 and 18 did a little bit more. I feel he kind of was just a filler android, so Cell could absorb him and become Imperfect Cell towards the end of the Android arc and into the Cell arc. But in the game, he's pretty decent. I'm not used to playing as him, so I can't hit all his moves exactly. I know there's a lot better characters out there to play as, and people are better at playing him than I am. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of what he did. That's pretty much all this video is for. Just showing you guys who I enjoyed the most in the series and what they can do in the game. But let's get on to the next one. Alright, so coming in at number 6, I got the bald-headed Saiyan Nappa. But he's not bald, he's got a toupee on now. This is one of the things you can do for Xenoverse 2. You can give him his own little toupee, and he actually has hair, like he did in the manga and a little bit of the anime. You could see a couple scenes where he has hair. That's what his hair used to look like, so they just gave him a toupee to match that. I feel as though he was kind of overlooked a little bit in the Saiyan saga. I mean, he was super strong. He wasn't as strong as Vegeta was in the Saiyan saga, but he was able to hold his own against Earth's strongest warriors. They had Tien, Shinhan, Piccolo, Krillin, Gohan, and to a lesser extent Yamcha, who ended up getting his ass handed to him pretty early due to a Cyberman that Vegeta and Nappa released. For in the game, though, sorry about that stutter, he's pretty decent to play as. His speed is lacking, but if you have him as a mentor and you give him the Super Saiyan, his attacks do a lot more damage than what they would originally, and he moves a little bit more faster. Plus, I like his grab that he just did, where you can just grab him by the ankles and throw him around. It's kind of like what Brawly's Gigantic Rage does, but with less smashing. I was kind of hoping they would have brought him back in the series, but what can you do? But anyways, one last attack for you, and we're going to go ahead and jump into my number 5. The purple-haired Saiyan is here. Number 5 is Trunks, and there's his future Super Saiyan evolution, or transformation, if you want to call it. He came in like a house of fire. He cleaned house at the very, very tail end of the Frieza arc, if that's what you would call that, or the very beginning of the Android arc. He came in, destroyed a whole bunch of Frieza's dudes, and then killed him in a bunch of sword slashes and then burning attack, which I don't think it actually had a name in the anime, unfortunately. That would have been really cool. I liked his design when he first came in too. He looked pretty decent. The original version of what he looked like, this one here, was always the best. I don't know why they ended up changing it throughout the rest of the season. But in the game, he's alright to play as. I've played as him like maybe a small handful of times, just to see if I can get used to playing as different characters other than the ones I usually play as. But he's really good. If you get the right person that knows how to play as these characters, I guarantee you'd have a whole lot better of a showing video for you. But yeah, he's number 5 on my list. He's not necessarily the greatest. He is cocky. That's why he's Vegeta's son. He does show off a whole lot, kind of like Vegeta, and he's overconfident. But he's also a pretty decent fighter. So let's go ahead and figure out who is number 4 on my list. Have you seen yours yet? Let me know. The Prince of all Saiyans is here. All hail the Prince. Or would he be King, since King Vegeta's dead? Doesn't make any sense, really, why he called himself the Prince of all Saiyans. But believe it or not, he was, and still is, one of my favorite characters through the whole entire Dragon Ball Z franchise. He's pretty strong towards the end of the original Z series and going into Super, which obviously he would be. He was pretty much a little bit lower than what Goku was, and he's not like as strong as maybe some of the other guys, especially in Super. But he does do pretty decently. If you're wondering what this outfit is, it's his training suit attire. This is my favorite attire for him. Around the time I started watching Dragon Ball Z again, it was pretty much right after the Cell Saga, where they go to the World Martial Arts Tournament, and he's wearing this whole outfit, and he freaks her the fuck out by punching the punching bag and pretty much destroying it. In the game, however, he's pretty decent. If you, like I said with Trunks, if you get somebody that knows how to play as him, he is ultra strong, even without his Super Saiyan abilities, and you can only get better with him as a mentor, and you can get better with him with different evolutions and different styles. This is just the outfit I chose to play as him with. But let's go ahead and get into our number 3. Ooh, who could it be? Stay tuned. Coming in at number 3 is Bardock, father of Goku, which coincidentally is also the one episode special they did for Bardock, called Bardock, father of Goku. Unfortunately, he didn't do a whole lot in the series. He just had that one episode, showed what he could do a little bit. I do believe he went, I don't think he went Super Saiyan. That might have just been in this game where he goes and tries to stop Frieza, and he goes Super Saiyan to try to make sure he doesn't blow up Planet Vegeta. But he fails and dies in the explosion. I was kind of hoping they would have kept him around a little bit longer, but luckily in the game, he does pretty decently, and in the game he plays a bit part. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't played the game yet, but he does play a little bit of a part in the overall theme of this game itself. As for a character, I love his melee attacks. He does all that flippy shit, kind of like, if you ever watch pro wrestling, Will Ospreay, he's like super flippy. That's why I love Bardock so much. And that's why he's at my number 3 instead of being lower on the list, just because of this game and this game alone. Plus, he looks real badass as Super Saiyan 3, which is something you can give him as a mentor skill. This is why I'm playing as him as my mentor, to show you a little bit of what you can do with him as a mentor. Hopefully he does get a return in Super at some point, but it's very debatable if he will or not. Well, let's go ahead and jump to my number 2. Number 2 is Broly. This is the future Super Saiyan Broly form from the movie that came out, I do believe, in 2008, last year. It was either 2008 or early this year. I can never remember when movies come out. I just remember watching them. He is my favorite out of all the newer characters that they've shown so far, even though I don't think technically he would count as a new character since he's been around since pretty much the mid-fucking 90s, thanks to the first movie. But take everything from the first movie you remember about Broly, how he was stupid and he was mindless, and think about this one, where he actually has thoughts of his own, as well as being way stronger and way more deadly. In the anime movie, he pretty much destroys everybody he comes across as soon as he gets into this Super Saiyan form, which he was doing pretty good. He was able to get to regular Super Saiyan. I do believe it was either Super Saiyan 1 or Super Saiyan 2. He never reached Super Saiyan 3, unfortunately, because they didn't want to draw drawn him with super long hair for some reason and no eyebrows. But in the movie, he was able to take both Vegeta and Goku to their limits by themselves, and in this form, he was able to destroy them while they were ganged up on him. But in the game, he's pretty decent. Like, his health is super high. His ki is not the greatest. You can't get him as a mentor. At least this form. You can get the other Brawly, the mindless dumbass Brawly, as your mentor. But this one is pretty good, especially if you want to go against your friends and just piss them off. Because he's not like, his attacks aren't like super strong. But he makes up for the attack strength. He does make up for it in health. So you gotta watch out for that when you're playing as him. Plus his knockdowns right there with his punches and his kicks is pretty deadly. One of the better knockdowns, especially with his grab. And as I said, with Nappa, his gigantic rage, where you just grab him by the fucking ankle and slam around like this, is pretty cool. I specifically tried to get that move multiple times, just so I could use it on one of my created characters for his melee build. And it works out pretty well, especially if you have your character that's built for melee attacks, such as that. Pretty much, from the movie, they ended it with him still being alive, and hopefully they bring him into Dragon Ball Super. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do anything with him through the Tournament of Power arc, because he would have been extremely deadly. I mean, he beat the fuck out of Golden Frieza, for literally a little bit. But let's go ahead and jump into number 1. Alright, kinda probably pissed some of you guys off with this one. Why would I put Raddatz as my number 1 favorite Dragon Ball Z character over his brother Goku? Well, I'm gonna let you know. It's mostly because of this game, but it's also because he was super strong for the time. He was able to take on both Goku and Piccolo by himself, and those two were the strongest fighters in the Dragon Ball universe at that time. He was also a real test of abilities for Goku and Piccolo, so they could work together, and without Raddatz, you wouldn't have the Dragon Ball Z series that you have now. If he would just came in, and trust me, he would have killed both Goku and Piccolo, and there was nothing stopping him from destroying the world after that. I mean, you really think Krillin is going to show up and be like, "Oh, hey guys, I see you're dead. Maybe I can kill this giant-haired bastard myself." And then he would be slaughtered. He got fucking one-shotted into the house by Raddatz's tail without him even trying. I mean, you want to see true power. How many people could one-shot Krillin back then with their tail and didn't even flinch from doing it? Also, kind of because of this game, if you look, you can see how I play as Raddatz. I changed his super soul around, so I get extra damage. Look at that, right there. Extra damage for his double Sunday. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his own original grapple, which is kind of BS to begin with. But his melee attacks are deadly as fuck. If you watch, look at that, right down. Boom. Look at that, look how much damage that gave him. And look how much damage he gave Goku. Like, that far advanced. And this isn't even, you can't even make him go Super Saiyan. If you can go Super Saiyan, he would be like one of the strongest characters in the game with a certain build. That's why this is my Raddatz mentor. I have personally beaten my friends plenty of times using him. They always think of, "Oh, it's Raddatz, he's super weak." Like, yeah, but if you know how to play as him, like, there's a bunch of videos on YouTube. If you go ahead and look it up, Raddatz mentor and Raddatz abilities. I mean, look at this right here. Over fucking 15,000 damage with my mentor Raddatz. That would not happen with a regular Raddatz player. Like, people hate on him so much just because he was like the weakest of the beginning characters for Dragon Ball Z. It doesn't mean that he wasn't super strong in his own right. He might have been the weakest of the Saiyans with power level only 1600. And yes, it's 1600. It's not 1200 like other people say. It's not, 1400. The official Dragon Ball Z data book says it was 1600. So let's just go with that. And that was double of what Goku and Piccolo were able to put out at that time, even together. So this is why Raddatz is my number one. Plus, he's a really awesome character to play as. His knockdowns are fantastic in this game. If you can get them all chained up, like these right here. Ooh, back kick. And then the explosion, where you can do the back kick. You can do, I do believe it's Saturday Crash. That's a good combination to use if you're going to play as Raddatz. If you do his knockdowns, and then you do Saturday Crash, as well as his Double Sunday, and you have that specific Super Soul set for Raddatz. He is pretty much unstoppable if you can get him and play him correctly, like I usually do. Unfortunately, I do mess up sometimes, but hey, what can you do? But thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I kind of shocked you guys with a couple of my choices. If you enjoyed it, please throw a like down there for me. Let me know what you enjoyed, who you thought should have been where on my list, and tell me who your favorites are. I'm interested in knowing. But after that, we are out. Thank you guys, and have a great rest of your night.